welcome to Old Faithful with your host, Matt Trask. My thanks to Haggerty's Music Works. Look for the big red Stratocaster on the roof of the building up there, here on the hill on Main Street in Rapid City. My thanks to the incomparable Johnny Hastings. As always, no Black Hills Blend coffee. Please support my friends at Black Hills Blend. Long overdue to have this man on the show. Guitar playing is not a contest, but if it was, this man would be in the final round for sure. Mr. Tanner Johns, it's so nice to see you.
Thanks for having me on the show, man. Good to be here.
It's like I say, long overdue. You had quite a week last week. Not that that's important. I'm having quite a day today.
You know,
did everything work out last week?
It did. Yeah,
good.
Everything's good to go.
So let's just hop right in and you talk about you.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, let's. I guess we could start with this one since.
Let's do that.
Since I'm holding it.
Right.
So, man, when I was in college, I was kind of paying for college by gigging and stuff.
Okay.
And I had two guitars that I really fell in love with. Well, one night, I left them in the back of my car.
Mm-hmm.
And they got stolen. My car got stolen that night. The two guitars got stolen that night.
This is the greatest show ever.
It was
a stolen car already.
It was a stolen, yeah.
My apologies.
It's okay. It was just a PT Cruiser.
Okay, all right. But it had your guitars in it.
But it had my guitars in it. So I ended up finding the car.
Okay.
But the guitars were gone.
Okay.
So, for a while, I mean, those were my only guitars I had at the time.
Right.
So I borrowed a couple buddies' guitars, and then my little brother put together like a GoFundMe thing. He's like, "Hey, this my brother lost his guitars. Like, can you chip in?" And like, had like a bunch of people that just came out and really supported kind of what I was doing because I've been playing around the area for a while, and this is in Nebraska.
Okay.
So, and I eventually got enough money, and then I worked about a whole summer and then some to finally get enough to balance out to where I could get this guitar. And so this was the guitar I got after that all happened. And Johnny Hastings sold it to me. So
wow,
yeah.
Cool. A couple of questions really quickly.
Yeah.
Did you get back those two guitars, and what were they?
I did not get the guitars back.
Okay.
They weren't very expensive guitars, honestly.
Okay.
They're two Washburn guitars.
Okay.
One was kind of a natural arch top, and one of them was kind of like a Stratocaster, similar to this one.
Okay.
But
a Washburn.
Yeah.
S-style guitar.
Yeah, exactly. And I had them kind of souped up, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
And they were really great playing guitars. But what do you do, you know?
If they are returned, we'll have to have like a Peter Frampton Phoenix episode. We'll definitely have to do that.
Yeah, well, I fell in love with this guitar so much now, but it would be really cool to have those guitars back, you know. I hope someone's taking care of them somewhere.
So tell us about this guitar here.
Yeah, so this was one of the things I wanted to do when I was going through college. I was playing with a lot of different groups. So.
Mm-hmm.
Country, I was kind of in a heavy metal band at the time, and filling in for all kinds of different genres. Mm-hmm. I was also studying jazz music in college, so I had to have a guitar that did a lot of different things.
Sure.
And so this one just happened to do a lot of different things, and we kind of spec'd it out so it would be able to to do anything I wanted to. So yeah, it can do jazz, it can do blues, country, pop music stuff, and there's just a lot of cool tones in this guitar. The action's super low, the neck's really nice and thin. It has these locking tuners in the back here.
Okay.
It's kind of a Suhr thing, but I know Fender's doing it now too. So break a string, it's really easy to change it right away. And I have it set up to have a floating bridge.
Okay.
So this is just it'll go forward, and I don't have the whammy on it now.
Okay.
But it also can go up, back and forth too. So
we should mention out loud, although you did just a second ago, it is a Suhr guitar.
yes.
We have 2 humbuckers and a single coil. Lift your arm and show that. Yeah. Is there coil tap capabilities on this guitar?
No, there's not, but you don't really need it because in the second and fourth position splits those anyway.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah.
So it's something like PRS switching, almost.
Yeah, basically just a 5-way switch. And
okay.
We've got lots of different tones.
We've got blue burst. We've got wood binding on the body. Is that maple binding?
It is maple.
That's
and this is
classy.
a maple top. And
okay.
Yeah.
And it looks to me, nerding out a bit, like it's a very flat fretboard radius and rather large frets.
Yep, that's what I like, the jumbo frets, yeah. So.
I am kind of a fan of the gigantic frets myself.
Yeah, that's nice.
Is that a 16-inch radius? Fretboard?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I think it is a 16. It's got to be close to that. Yeah.
I love the story. I didn't know the story. Sir Guitars, correct me when I was wrong, was a California company.
Yep, still in production.
Still in production. That says Made in USA right on the back of the headstock.
Right, Made in USA.
They kind of, if I remember right, started as a aftermarket parts shop and quickly began building guitars. If I'm making this crap up, we'll just run with it. One of the earliest users, kind of put them on the map, was Mark Knopfler.
Yep.
I think. Yes.
Sure.
And a Sir is kind of sort of the electric equivalent of a tailor. It says, hey, I'm a professional. Right?
I got it because I was really into jazz fusion at the time, and a lot of my favorite jazz fusion players were playing them, and I just kind of fell in love with how they looked. I mean, everyone was kind of doing the flame maple thing for a while, but yeah, I just think these were really cool, and I loved how they played. And Haggerty's actually carried them at the time.
Right.
So.
How long have you? Do they not carry Sir anymore?
Well, I think we're planning on getting them.
Oh, good.
Getting them again. Yeah.
How long have you had this guitar?
Man, it's probably right around 6 years now.
Oh yeah.
So.
Do you play it every day?
Yeah, this is my go-to. So, yeah, this is my go-to. I have a acoustic that I probably play every day because it's just there. I don't have to plug it into an amp. But, yeah, this is if I want to do some heavy practicing, chop building and everything like that, this is the one.
Very quickly, I showed up a little late, so we're kind of short on time. I would imagine, and again, we don't have his personal amp in the store because, but I would imagine you don't always have your gigging amp in the house. What is your amp in the house?
It's a Fender Deluxe Reverb.
Oh, not a bad amp.
Yeah.
Is that your gigging amp?
That's my workhorse.
Okay, and just in and out, it goes where you go.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, that's really the main one I've used forever. So
I see.
Yeah.
And the one that you used at Tom Ferrer's studio.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Yep, exactly.
Do you want to play on that a bit? Because I see we have another guitar here.
Sure, yeah. Do you want me to play a little bit for you?
You could play on that. We're going through the store's Fender Hot Rod DeVille.
Yep, Hot Rod Deluxe.
Okay,
yep.
Hot Rod Deluxe in wine red Tolex. It's a beautiful amp. Here we go. So what do we have over here?
All right, cool. So this one's kind of a near and dear to my heart guitar. So everyone learns on a certain guitar. And when I was learning, I was like six years old or so, and I remember like barely being able to put my arm around this thing like this. Well, this was my grandmother's guitar. We used to. She's the one that taught me my first 3 chords.
Okay.
G, C, and D.
Right. I'm
sure you got those down. And we used to just spend hours singing old folk songs and stuff like that. But this was her guitar, and this is the one I learned on. So I figured I'd bring it.
Right.
And,
Thank you.
And show it to you. Yeah.
So do you keep this in your possession, or did you go find it specifically for the show?
When she passed away, she gave it to me.
Okay. Yeah. So that's at your house.
So this is my guitar. Yep. I don't actually play it a lot because it has a little bit of humidifying issues and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to keep it. One cool thing is I thought you'd enjoy this guitar. I was on vacation in Yellowstone with my family, and I got this sticker, and I thought it was so fitting for this guitar, and I put it on there like a couple years ago, so I thought I'd show you. So.
Oh my God!
Isn't that funny?
If you can't see that, hopefully we'll get a close-up. The man, a couple of years ago, put a sticker on his guitar that says Old Faithful.
Back in high school, yeah.
My goodness.
I just thought that was
gracious
funny.
Sakes.
Yeah. So, yeah, because this was my Old Faithful for a long time. I mean, I learned a lot of different things on this guitar, especially, songwriting and different things like that. So.
Cool.
Yep. Very cool.
You have a gig coming up this afternoon.
Yep, Deadwood.
In Deadwood. So you really have to go.
Whenever you
have recorded some albums and stuff.
Yeah.
Roughly how many songs
have I recorded
that you've written?
Oh, written. Well, I think if you ask any songwriter, most songwriters written around 100
right.
or so. Some of them are aren't fleshed out totally and different things like that. I think fully done songs I have from start to finish with all the lyrics and everything where I want them. I think I might have like 50 or 60.
Okay, that's pretty good. And that up, I've seen this man a few times. One thing I've noticed about this man that I would like to point out: no one looks happier to be on a stage than Mr. Tanner Johns. He's just delighted to entertain you when you go see him. He makes it just seem like, yes, everything is right with the world and there is a God in the heavens because I have a guitar under my arm.
There's no better place to be in than on a stage.
You betcha. So. What else do we have to talk about? How many guitars do you have?
Well, I just got a Gibson SG.
Okay.
Yep, and I got a Heritage 535, or I think it's an H35, but and then I have a Epiphone SG, an Epiphone kind of a introductory Les Paul. I got one of those Jackson Flying V's that I don't take out very much. An old Washburn acoustic. And a nylon string, Ibanez, and I got an old K guitar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that I also got from my grandmother.
Cool.
And got a ESP. It's a kind of a quilted maple top. I didn't bring that one, but I played a lot on that in high school.
Okay, sure. Yeah. It was not in the car.
No, it was not.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. Thankfully.
That's good.
Pedals are one of my favorite things to mess around with on stage. It's almost like you're dancing,
Right.
And there's so many different things you can get sonically that you can't get with just a straight amp. And I go a little overboard sometimes. I think most of the time I have 13 pedals.
Oh, that's quite a few.
Yeah, that's quite a few. So, and I'm constantly switching them out.
Okay.
One thing I always usually have is 2 tube screamers.
Okay.
One with the gain all the way down and the level up a little bit, and one with the gain maybe around 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So, and I like to use one as just kind of a little dirt, and one as more of a boost.
Sure. Okay. You want to play a little more? Or
sure. Whatever you want, my man.
Let's have a little more playing because, man, this dude's good.
I was thinking of envelope filters.
Yes, you were very funky. I like it. Remember my sponsorship with Trask Hay LLC, large round and square bales for all your cattle feeding needs. and horse feeding needs. My absolute thanks to Tanner Johns for coming on the show. Inspired by today's events, Matt Trask says, make sure your amp is secured in the back of your car. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week.